Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, which of the following situations represents a non-proportional relationship? Okay, so let's find out what they want for us to do. And they want for us to actually find a non-proportional relationship from the situations on the answer choices, of course, right? Okay, so first of all, how do I determine a non-proportional relationship from a given statement or from a word problem? Is that right? Because I know when we read them, they all look fine and they're fine. So there's two things we can do. We can either try to write down any question, but that might take some time because in some cases there's no numbers given to us, right? But we can also just think about what non-proportional means, right? And if you remember, non-proportional has some kind of like a special case, right? In a non-proportional relationship, if you remember, you always gonna be able to identify what we say an initial amount or a starting amount, right? That's the difference on non-proportional and proportional. So non-proportional, I read the problem and somehow I should be able to identify an initial amount, something that they started with, and then they charge you something else, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the answer choices. Maybe that can explain it better, okay? So letter A, it says the cost Y when there is a purchase of X number of pineapples at $4.20 each. Do we have anything else besides the $4.20 each? No, right? There's no other initial amount. Therefore, this is a proportional relationship. Okay? What about letter B? It says the number of miles traveled Y when driving at a constant rate of 65 miles per hour after X hours. Okay? Do we have any other number besides 65 miles per hour? No, right? That's the only thing that I see. So this is also a proportional. Remember, we're looking for something that is kind of like an initial amount, starting amount. Okay? What about letter C? The temperature of an oven Y when it increases 15 degrees Celsius per hour after X hours. It was turned on with an initial temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, so let's go ahead and check on these two numbers. 15 degrees Celsius, it says per hour. Is that right? Do you see anything else that could be like a starting amount or initial amount? Yes, right. It says right here with an initial temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. So somehow the oven had already that much temperature, right? And then after that, it was going to start increasing 15 degrees per hour. So those 50 degrees Celsius is what we consider the initial amount. Therefore, this is going to be a what? Non-proportional. And isn't that what I'm looking for? Right? So it looks like C should be the answer, but let's check the last one. It says the number of chocolates Y contained in X boxes when each box contains 24 chocolates. So it says that each box has how many chocolates? 24. Do we have any other number that might be considered an initial amount or starting amount? No, right? Therefore, this is also a proportional relationship. So the only thing that has a non-proportional, it's letter C. Very good. So that's the answer.